Staver, founder, president of Liberty Counsel. They're a constitutional law firm, handles cases all over the country. And Matt is also vice president of Liberty University and dean and professor of law at Liberty University School of Law. He sleeps between 3 and 5 in the morning. That's all he gets with all his job requirements here. I wanted to talk to Matt about something happening that he sent an email out on concerning the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upholds ban on change therapy. And Matt, how are you today?
Doing very good. It's good to be with you.
Thank you. Tim and Ray here. You in Lynchburg today?
No, I'm in Orlando today, and I'll be in Lynchburg over the weekend. But I'm in Orlando today through Saturday.
Liberty University, they started their football season yet?
They did. They started the football season last week, and in full swing. The football team has done very well, and in fact, all of the athletic teams have done very well. And they're in the Big South Conference and have been Big South champions in many of the athletic sports for a number of years. So,
well, I know when you drive,
developed a very big tradition of winning.
When you drive on campus there in Lynchburg on Liberty University, that football stadium is very impressive.
In fact, just built a brand new baseball stadium that is amazingly impressive right next to it. And there's a couple more phases to go on the football stadium. So when it's done, you'll see an amazing football stadium there as well. But the baseball stadium is completed, and it is state-of-the-art. It'll rival any college baseball stadium in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Liberty made the NCAA baseball tournament this year as well. Well, we could talk about that some more, but let's talk about your press release here that I got August 29th. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upholds ban on change therapy. What's this about?
Yeah, this is a law that was passed last year in California. It was going to be effective January 1. We got a 3-judge panel from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in December of last year to block it. In other words, give an injunction while it was pending the appeal. And then we argued the case before a separate panel of judges, also from the Ninth Circuit, so 3 different judges from the same Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And now the court just came down with a ruling, and it is an unbelievable ruling because now what it says is that the law can be upheld, that it doesn't violate any constitutional rights of the counselors, the minors who seek counseling, or the parents who want to be able to give counseling to their children. And what this law says is this, and this is why it's so shocking, that minors can only receive and counselors can only provide counsel that affirms homosexuality, but not any counsel that seeks to change same-sex sexual attractions, behavior, or identity. So if you are a minor and, for example, you've been molested by the likes of a Jerry Sandusky and you're beginning to experience anger problems and self-hatred and emotional issues, which is something that commonly happens after something tragic like that occurs, and you develop these same-sex sexual attractions that you don't want, and you're starting to have these urges to engage in same-sex behavior that you don't want to do, and you seek counseling to help you not have those attractions or prevent those kinds of behaviors, you're not going to be able to get it. The counsel that you'll be able to get is only one view, and that is, don't worry about it. It's natural, normal, and healthy to have these attractions. Just go with it. But no counsel will be provided that will allow you to seek change.
So
that's why this is so devastating.
Yeah, let me get this right here. Man, it seems like every day we're talking about stuff out of the Twilight Zone here. The cultural Twilight Zone. Sounds like we're making this up, folks. In California, because in California they passed a law. They said that counselors, I guess, and would include like psychologists, psychiatrists, I don't know, that cover
anyone who's a licensed therapist in any profession.
Okay. You cannot counsel someone to change from homosexual to heterosexual. You can, or if they're having those tendencies.
Yeah, and it's even it even goes beyond this. Somebody who has not engaged in homosexual activity, but is starting to have same-sex
Right.
sexual attractions and does not want it,
Right.
and does not want to be identified as homosexual, does not even think they are homosexual, but are starting
Right.
to have these attractions. Now they want to get counselors
Right.
to help them.
Especially
won't be able to
Christian
do it.
counselors. Christian counselors have been known to do this because, I mean, the people struggle with sin of all kinds. And so
Right.
these folks are struggling. They know it's wrong. They know it's immoral. They know what the Bible says about it. So they don't want to go down that path, but they're fighting it, but they need some help. And they go to get help from a Christian counselor. But now the Christian counselor can be put in jail if he tries to counsel that person against homosexuality. So it's
Yeah, they can lose their license, no question. Like David, there's some one of our clients is David Pickup, and we have other clients over there as well, and Pruden, David Pruden, and others. One of our counselors that we represent was sexually molested as a young boy, and developed same-sex sexual attractions, began to engage in homosexual behavior, ended up going to a counselor and became a Christian, and changed, and left that lifestyle. And now is a counselor that wants to help other people who have gone through or going through the same kind of situation he has gone through. So he has personal experience that he himself has changed, and he benefited by this counsel. But now he won't be able to carry out his religious convictions to give that kind of help when a client seeks it. And in every area of counseling, the client has the right of self-determination. They have a right to come to a counselor and choose the counselor of their choice and to set their priorities. I've got stress here. I'm having this difficulty here. Here's my objective. Here's my religious values. That's what I want to have as priority. I want to resolve these and bring them into line with my religious values. That's the fundamental bedrock of counseling. Counselors need to respect that. The problem is that counselors in California won't be able to. They have to override their clients' wishes, and clients and parents won't be able to get that kind of counsel. So where we are now with this ruling, we are going to be filing a petition with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals asking them to rehear it en banc with the entire panel, because in December we got 3 judges to side with us from the Ninth Circuit. Now, a few weeks ago, we had 3 judges from the same Ninth Circuit that just did exactly the opposite. So we believe the full Ninth Circuit needs to hear it, and then after that, it needs to go to the U.S. Supreme Court.
One other question, Matt, before we let you go. Talking to Matt Staver from the Liberty Counsel, and you can read about this at their website, lc.org, libertycounsel.org. There is this move now towards promoting transgenderism, if that's how you pronounce it, in this country. And I'm just curious, here you have counselors told you cannot counsel someone if they're having homosexual urges or feelings, and they say to you, can you help me overcome those? You can't do that anymore in California. That's forbidden by law. But what if someone comes to you, a person in your counselor, and they say, I am a male, but I feel like I'm a female. I want to be a female. Can you help me move in that direction with my...
Yeah, believe it or not, you can.
You can?
So in other words, this prohibition is only one way. So if somebody is heterosexual and they're starting to feel that they are wanting to identify as, and they're male, they want to identify as a female.
So you can help people as long as they want to move to deviancy.
Yeah, but you can't help them to align themselves with their birth gender and their natural birth of being a male or a female. You can move them away from it. You can move them to homosexuality. You can move them to some other identity, but you can't help them in any other way. That's how bizarre this is.
What this is a prime example of. This is a culture in rebellion to God, and we don't want anything to do with his moral standards of about sexuality. So that's what's going on here. When you scratch your head and you go, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this. This is unfair. Well, it's all the above because of our culture's rebellion against God and his moral standards having to do with sexuality. I wish we had more time, Matt. Thank you for your work in this arena. We look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you. My pleasure to be with you.
Matt Staver from the Liberty Counsel. And